Hello Aces, Ace Combat Fan here inside an airplane, and I kind of want to do something different today. So my idea today is to answer some of the common questions I've been asked so many times. So hopefully we'll do a good understanding about the channel. So session with Ace Combat Fan inside an airplane. So here we go. First, why am I inside an airplane? Well, the reason why I'm inside an airplane is because I had this flight. I'm currently doing my flight training. So I had this flight and I had no wingman, I have no one to come with, so it's kind of lonely.
Solo flights can be real lonely, but that's what flying's all about, really.
So I thought I would record a video on the meantime. What is my favorite Ace Combat? I don't have one favorite Ace Combat, instead I have 4 favorite Ace Combats, which are Ace Combat 4, Ace Combat 5, Ace Combat 0, and the Japanese version of Ace Combat 3. When people usually ask what's my favorite game, and then it's just hard for me to explain that I like all the 4 in the same way. I mean, not in the same way, the same amount, but just in different ways. For example, Ace Combat 4 to me it feels more like the most nostalgic game, because that was my first one, and I feel the feels, you know. Ace Combat 5 is more like the story plot and the movie setting kind of. Animations was pretty good as well. Ace Combat 0, I like this story. I think it's the most epic of all, and I like the design, how it's kind of said to be in Europe kind of feel. And the aces, like there's a lot of aces in Ace Combat 3. I mean Ace Combat 0. The reason why Ace Combat 3 is one of my favorites, it's recently because I played the translated version, thanks to Project Nemo. And the story in Ace Combat 3 is just superb. I like how there are 5 different paths that your actions actually, you know, change the outcome of how things go. So for me, the 4 games are my favorites. There's no one. It's like a mother, you know. Mothers always say like they love each son equally, and for me it's true in this case for all these 4 games. Where am I from? Many people ask me where am I from, and I am from Brazil. You know, most people think people from Brazil are from the Amazon forest, and while that's not true, even though every Brazilian has, you know, the monkey or the snake or those kind of pet animals, I'm actually from this area, as you can see in the map, which is very far from the Amazon. Not everything in Brazil is the Amazon, okay guys? And it looks more like a desert kind of ish. But yeah, where do I live? I live in Canada, as you can probably see in the background kinda. I moved here just to study and to live here. Kinda goes with my goal of, you know, becoming a pilot, commercial pilot. So gotta follow the dream. What did I want to be when I grew up? Kind of. I think as many of you, I wanted to be an Air Force pilot. You know, it's the Ace Combat influence. And unfortunately, I had with 2 options. I could be a fighter pilot in Brazil, or I could live somewhere else and be a pilot, but not military. Due to the conditions in Brazil, I chose to move to another country, which was Canada. Canada's pretty chill. And so I kind of gave up on the dream because it's hard. It was a tough choice, but at least I can still be a pilot in here. It's kind of not a military but commercial pilot, so it's kind of there, you know. Not quite the Ace Combat fighter pilot, but kind of a pilot, you know. What languages do I speak? As you may have noticed, I kinda did some videos in different languages. Although my channel is obviously most in English, I also do some videos in Portuguese, which is my native language. Although sometimes, you know, I spent so much time living in Canada, actually just 4 years, but sometimes I feel like I speak better English than Portuguese. It's weird. It's so weird. Other than that, I also speak some Japanese-ish, not fluent, and some French, which I've never made a video about me speaking French, but it's not fluent either. I can understand some Spanish. I can, you know, make up a few words, and I can understand when I talk to Spanish-speaking people, but I don't speak. Am I excited for Ace Combat 7? Yes, goddamn it, yes I am. Bought the PS4 as soon as they announced the game. And now they have delayed for a second time. I'm like, ah. But yeah, I'll also be getting the VR to record the VR campaign, which are 2 different campaigns. And yeah, also the PC version too, the Steam version. What is my favorite Stranger Nation? I think that one you probably know, it's Belka. Make Belka great again. Has to be. What is my favorite Ace Combat character, or the most powerful, the best pilot, the best protagonist? Okay, that's gonna be kind of a... I'm in between Cypher and Mobius. Mobius because he did it alone, Cypher because he killed so many squadrons. And super weapons. Although Raspberry was pretty good too. So one of these 3 is the best pilot. What maneuvers can I do in a Cessna 152, this airplane? Unfortunately, I cannot do a Cobra because that would be too extreme. But I can do a couple of things. For example, I can do a steep turn, 45 angle of bank and keeping the same altitude. Not any extreme maneuver like Ace Combats, but it's something. Not even aerobatic. But hey, you can kill the G's at least. So that was the question and answer session inside an airplane. I hope you have enjoyed. If you still have a question, please let me know in the comments, and I'll make another video, session 2. And I hope you have enjoyed. And before you leave, actually, you probably didn't know, but I have another YouTube channel. It's about aviation, that kind of stuff. So I'll leave the link right there, as you can see. It's called Pilotando no Canadá, or Flying Over Canada. I do both in English and Portuguese content in that YouTube channel. Hope you have enjoyed, and see you next time.